Okay, time for our November wrap-up. It is December 1st. I read 6 books in the month of November. Here are 5 of them. So, 5 physical books and 1 book on my Kindle. 4 of them, right? Yeah, 4 of them were 4-star books and 2 of them were 5-star books. So, really good reading month. I'm super excited to tell you about it. This is probably just going to be a nice little short video since I didn't read like an outrageous amount, but we'll just jump right into it. So yeah, let's get started. I'll tell you a little bit about these books. Alright, I'm thinking we'll start with the 4-star books. So for the 4-star books, my first one is my only ebook I read on my Kindle, and it was Reveal Me from the Shatter Me series. Wow. I just love the Shatter Me series. I'm pretty sure every single book in the Shatter Me series has been a 4 or a 5-star. They are just absolutely amazing. And the novellas in the Shatter Me series, which Reveal Me is one of the novellas, they're all absolutely amazingly written. I finished most of the novellas in a day. Like, they're amazing. Oh, but that was my first 4-star read of the month. After that, have Salem's Lot by Stephen King. This actually took me so long to finish. I started it in like mid-October and I didn't finish it until early November because I had to take a break partway through and read something else because it was getting so slow for me. It's a thick book. I think it's like, yeah, it's almost 650 pages. So it's like it's a big book and there's a lot going on in it. But it still got a 4-star. Stephen King is an absolutely amazing writer, and he's really good at what I like to call slow burn horror, where there's like a lot of build up to it, and like it makes you kind of uneasy. You know, like that there is stuff happening and that there is like a lot of creepy stuff going on, but it's not in your face terrifying. And I absolutely love that kind of horror. He does it so amazingly well. If you want something that is just like kind of like it just kind of sits in your body, kind of creepy, scary, Stephen King is really, really good at that. Salem's Lot was really, really good at that. So pick up that if that's what you're looking for. Next in my 4-star was Powerful, the novella in the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. I liked this novella more than I liked the first book, by far. I'm not the like biggest fan of Lauren Roberts' writing style, but I absolutely love how she writes Adina specifically. Adina is just so cute. She's so sweet, and I just absolutely love her. And I knew what was happening in the end of the book, and I just didn't want it to happen. I think that was part of the reason that I liked the novella so much, was that I already kind of knew what was going to happen, and I was anticipating it, and so I was like building up to it, and I didn't want it to come, but I knew it had to. So I got to like see like all the stuff that happened before that. So better than the first book, though. Way better than the first book. We'll see what I think of the second one, because I'm hopefully going to be reading that one soon. But yeah, 4-star. This one was so good. Hopefully the rest of the series will live up to it. Okay. Next in my 4-star books, this is the most recent book that I finished in November was Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. This is actually the first one of her books I've read. I have been wanting to read If We Were Villains for a long time, and I have just never gotten around to it. And then when this came out and I saw the cover design, which is absolutely gorgeous, I had to have it and I had to read it. I love mushrooms. I love mycology. So, like, where is it? Back here, What Moves the Dead was like a holy grail book for me. And as soon as I heard that there was going to be another mushroom-based horror book, I ran to Barnes & Noble. And I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. You probably can't see it very well on camera, but it's like really cool, like foiled on the front. And it has the deckled edges, which I love. So, those are my four 4-star books. I'm going to jump into my 2 5-star books now. So, get ready for that. So, my 2 5-star books. The first one is Daydream by Hannah Grace. Oh my god. I loved Russ in Wildfire. Wildfire was my favorite. Like, Icebreaker was good. Wildfire was, like, amazing. It was, like, life-changing. I loved Wildfire. This book, forget about it. Blew me out of the water. I finished this book in, like, 3 days because I could not put it down over the weekend. Oh my god, it was just so cute. I love Henry. I love Hallie. I think that's how you say her name, Hallie. They're just so cute. They're so cute. And, you know, I didn't expect it to be this long when I pre-ordered it. But, you know what? I'm glad it was this long because her writing is... there's just something about her writing that, like, warms me in my body. Like, it makes my heart happy. It makes my brain happy. Her writing is so cute. The different points of view that we get is so amazing. I love being able to get into more than one character's brain. And she writes both sides so well. Like, sometimes I feel like it's hard for, like, a female author to write from a male character's point of view or a male author to write from a female character's point of view. But I feel like Hannah Grace writes from both points of view so well. I absolutely love this book. And it's so cute. All of her books are so cute. Like, you've got to be joking. They're adorable. I'm in love with them. I loved this book. In conclusion, I absolutely adored this book. There was nothing about it that I didn't love. The representation in the book was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I could talk about this book for hours, but I'm not going to. So we're going to put it down, and we're going to talk about my next 5-star book, which is Animal Farm by George Orwell. I have read this book probably like 15 times now. This is one of my all-time favorite books, and I actually annotated this one this time. I tried a new annotation method for this one, and I wanted to do it on this one first because it's a book that I'm familiar with, and it's a book that I know well. So I kind of stole annotation methods from the rest of the book community, and I did, like, the colored sticky tabs and, like, wrote the different things. And I've always been somebody who's terrified of writing in books. I hate writing in books. But I went and, like, underlined things. And I, like, wrote little notes. And I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I think it turned out really nice. And I'm not so scared of doing it anymore. The only thing, this is probably going to make me look like a total whack job, but I am still kind of terrified of writing in books. So what I've started to do, let me grab the other one. I will get 2 copies of the book that I want to annotate. So I have like a really old copy of Animal Farm. Let's see when this one is like really, really old. Let's see. Yeah, this one was printed in 1946. So this is like really old. And then this one was a newer one. This one was the 75th anniversary edition. So like my old one, which is going to be more of a like really cool display piece, is untouched, not annotating in this. But this newer one that like they made a ton of them and they're everywhere and I don't really care about preserving it as much, annotated in that one. So now if I want to read it without seeing the annotations, I have a copy of it that I can read with no annotations. And that is how I'm planning to do it from now on. Like, I have 2 copies of A Little Life so that I can annotate it. I have 2 copies of East of Eden so that I can annotate it. I may be a little bit out of my mind, but it'll work for me. So I'm not going to accept any criticism on it. But those are my 5-star books. So because we are going into the last month of the year, I wanted to talk a little bit about my plans for ending the year. I'm a little sad about it, but I want to talk about it. So we're going to jump right into that before we end this video. Okay, so going into December, the last month of the year, a little sad, but you know, such is life. I have only read 70 of 100 books on my reading goal. A little bit sad. I really, really want to reach my goal. If I don't, it's not really a big deal. It's not like it's detrimental or, life-threatening if I do not. So, I would like to read a lot of novellas in the month of December. I've been really into novellas lately. I really, really like them. They just, it's like when you buy yourself those little, like, Entenmann's mini muffins. Like, I don't know, there's just something about them that's better than having an actual full-size muffin. So, I have my list of 10 before the end, which I've only read 1 of, and a bunch of these are novellas. So I'm hoping to finish my 10 before the end, plus read some, like, Christmas romances, maybe, that I got myself. I don't know. We'll see how much I can do. But I'm going to be a little optimistic. Another thing that I want to try, because I, splurged a little on Black Friday, and I got myself the nice Sony XM4 headphones that I've been seeing everybody talk about on Book Talk. I want to attempt audiobooks. I've never been an audiobook person. I really just don't like audiobooks. I don't consume them very well. I have ADHD, so it's a little bit hard for me to focus on a book when it's not like something that I can look at and read like right in front of me. Which is weird because I listen to podcasts just fine. I listen to podcasts in the car. I listen to them on my headphones while I'm doing laundry and stuff. But there's just something about audiobooks that does not click in my brain. So, I'm going to attempt to do some immersive reading, which, if you're not familiar, is when you listen to the audiobook at the same time that you read the book. So this will also be kind of me trying to train myself to read a little bit faster, so I can put the audiobook on like 1.5 times speed, and then that will help me kind of read a little bit quicker with the words as they're playing. So I wanted to kind of see how that goes and see if that helps me like pick up my reading pace a little bit. I've always been like a really fast reader. I finished Iron Flame, which I have down here. I finished this in like 2.5 days. Let's see how many pages are in this book. 623. This has 623 pages. I read it in 2.5 days. Like, I devoured books at the beginning of 2024. I would read huge books in like a day. There were some books that I have. Let me find one that I did read in a day. I know that I finished Suicide Notes in a day. This has close to... yeah, this has about 300 pages in it. I finished this in a day. So I know that I can, in theory, read 300 to 350 pages in a day. But I have migraines very badly, and around like maybe halfway through the year, my migraines came back. Like, I had them when I was younger, they stopped for a while, and they came back. So after that, I have not been able to read as quickly as I used to. And now that I have been working with my doctor to decrease my migraines, I've been starting to pick up my reading pace again a little bit, but it's still not where it used to be. And I am trying to kind of get back to where I was. And it's a little bit slow going, but I'm still trying my best. But we're going to try to get to as close to my 100 book goal as we can in the month of December. We're going to see if we can do it. And I'm going to take you along on that journey as much as I can. So be prepared for that. But that's really all I have for this November wrap up. So happy reading. I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.